Good evening, everyone. Welcome to Willowbrook High School. It's okay if I don't use the microphone for a little bit?
We can hear you.
It's okay? I told the folks on the stage that it's not often I use a microphone in here, so sometimes hearing the voice amplified is a little bit louder than normal. So my name is Dan Krause. For those of you who do not know me, I have the honor and privilege of being the principal of this great high school. We are here this evening and have an opportunity to share as a community some information, some knowledge and expertise, some personal stories on a situation that is extreme in our area, and specifically throughout DuPage County, and certainly that would have a direct impact on our young students, our sons and daughters. We're here this evening to talk specifically about the increased use of controlled substances, and most specifically heroin use throughout DuPage County and certainly in the local area. With us tonight we have quite a few local officials as well as representatives from the county. I'll introduce them in just a moment, but want to share just a few things regarding our work at Willowbrook High School and as a district in District 88. Throughout this past year, we have become increasingly aware of the amount of adolescent and post-adolescent use of heroin throughout our area. And although not directly impacted necessarily yet, we know that neighbors and relatives and all of us in some way, shape, or form know someone who potentially is either impacted by heroin abuse, addiction, and the connections to schools. What we've done as a district is tried to be as proactive as possible. And this past 2 Fridays ago on February 28th, when students throughout the county had a day, non-attendance day, because it's a teacher institute throughout our county, we hosted here at Willowbrook High School 23 high schools from around the DuPage County area and all of their student leaders to come together for a symposium to talk about what we can do as high schools and as students specifically to combat this. We recognize that if we're going to change the direction of lives, we have to do this together. We have to do this as communities. We have to do this not only as adults and parents, but we have to do this with the youngest of children that impact us all, that we can impact as early as possible. So with nearly 400 high school students here, they came together and each high school left with an action plan with what they would do to implement directly. And I'll share at the end some highlights of our specific plans in District 88. But we know we can't do that alone. We know that nights such as this, no matter how many attend or how many don't attend, as a community we will band together to be sure that we protect each one of us. And sharing in that is a commitment from our village, Villa Park. And I'd like to thank Deb Bullwinkle for being here this evening, as well as Rich Keener, Ron Rakosnik, and throughout all the village officials in Villa Park, and your tremendous support, not only of our high school, but of these efforts for us to come together. In addition, in District 88, a tremendous Board of Education, one of which is obviously a parent of 3 Willowbrook High School graduates as well, Board of Education Secretary Sharon Cusick, and our Superintendent of Schools, Dr. Scott Helton. And this, again, the commitment to making a difference, not only in the lives of current students, not only in the lives of past students, but in the lives of future ones, and any efforts that we can come together and commit ourselves to. This evening, you'll be hearing from a few individuals that have direct contact with this epidemic. And from his local level here is our Deputy Chief of Police, Bob Budig, who is also the parent of a Willowbrook High School graduate and current Willowbrook student. From DuPage County, Mark Piccoli. The DuPage County Coroner, Rich Jorgensen, is here to share some very specific facts about what is occurring in our county. After those individuals have an opportunity to share some information with you, we'll break for a moment for some question and answer, so that you have an opportunity to ask some pointed pieces to those individuals. After that point, we have Angelica and Felicia here from the LTM Foundation to share their own personal stories, the impact of heroin on their family and their lives, and someone who has become a personal friend, Nick Gore, who is a recovering heroin addict and a local DuPage County resident. Both Nick and Angelica and Felicia, all three, were here for our Student Leadership Symposium. And it was a tremendous opportunity for our students to see firsthand that the stereotypes or the perceptions that we all have about the realities of heroin use are just that, they're perceptions. Because meeting individuals that their lives are directly impacted changed all of our perspectives as to what we can and should be doing as communities. So this evening, we ask that you learn and gain the understanding that all of us hope for, but at the same time to ask the pointed questions, to ask the specific things that you know need to be asked. We asked our students to leave with three perspectives as to what they were going to be moving forward with. The first was if they were in need specifically as an individual, how they could reach out for help. Secondly, if they were someone who was impacted directly, how they could do that. And the third was probably the most important, that if they knew someone who was using substances, please tell someone. Do not hesitate. We need to break the stereotype in society that we're snitching on someone or that we're telling on someone. The reality is they need help. And if someone knows that someone's in need, we know that we would, in any other time, we would stop everything, drop everything, and we would stop to help them. We need to do that in this case as well. And I know you'll hear that statement over and over again from the individuals tonight, but that is a direct message we are beginning to send to all of our young people, that this is not an opportunity to be silent. This is an opportunity to speak up and to save lives, quite frankly. And we look forward to that as we continue to move forward together as a community.